We start now.
So let's start the class. So our today topic is our surgical supplies. So first we have to go to introduction. That it is a special service that is assigned to pharmacist on the basis of his interest and persona in which he supplies surgical instruments, sutures, surgical dressings, and other equipments used by the surgeon prior to, during, and after surgical operation. So it's not necessary that these has to be said. What he has to do? Perioperative, during operation, and surgical procedure. These are surgical devices, surgical materials are used. So the pharmacist must have interest in these things. What they have to do? Surgical supplies, instruments, sutures, surgical dressings, and other equipments used by the surgeon. So they must have interest because when you become a pharmacist, you have to know these things. Because when I was posted in JPMC, so I was in charge of operation theaters. So I have learned all these things which are used in an operation theaters. So further we have to go. The pharmacist must have the ability to choose the specific type of instrument in order to ensure the safety and welfare of the patient undergoing surgery. The following items are being frequently supplied by the pharmacist. So these are surgical things which we are going to learn. It has come under the domain of pharmacists. In a hospital pharmacy, they have to do like these things. These are known as surgical aids. You can see in this picture various types of surgical aids are to be supplied. You have surgical needles. You can see surgical suture is there, gauze cloth is there. It has to be supplied by a pharmacy. Must have a knowledge. So first we are going for introduction. What we are surgical aids? These are materials used for dressing of wounds or injured or diseased tissues to hold wound edges closely during healing. These materials are collectively called surgical aids. What is the definition of? Again, I repeat. These are materials used for dressing of wounds or injured or diseased tissues to hold wound edges closely during healing. These materials are collectively called surgical aids. So historically, a dressing was usually a piece of material, sometimes cloth, but the use of dung, leaves, and honey have also been described. Further, you can so. So previously, historically, a dressing when there is a wound or whatever it is, a dressing was usually a piece of material, sometimes cloth, but the use of dung, leaves, and honey have also been described. So previously, the accepted wisdom was that to prevent infection of a wound, the wound should be kept as dry as possible. So what they do in previous years, they leave that wounds open. So when it becomes dry and it can be healed. In 1860, English,
पीछे का थोड़ा ट्रांसपेरेंट कर देते.
I'm sorry, in 1860, English surgeon Joseph Lister began treating his surgical gas with carbolic acid, known today as phenol, and subsequently dropped his surgical team's mortality rate by 45. What he has used phenol treating on a surgical glass, on a surgical gas cloth over there. So in 1870, Robert Wood Johnson, co-founder of Johnson Johnson firms, began producing gas and wound dressings treated with iodine. So what? In previous days, they only keep open that wound so it can be healed naturally. So what? In 1860, the English surgeon Joseph Lister, he had introduced surgical gas with the help of that phenol. Then further they have given improvement in 1870 by Johnson and Johnson that gauze and wound dressings treated with iodine. So in second term, what they use? They use iodine over there. So nowadays modern wound dressings. In 1920, The surgical dressings expanded into the well-recognized group of products such as now they have vapor permeable adhesive films, hydrogels, hydrocolloids, alginates, and synthetic foam dressings. Additionally, new groups of products such as anti-adhesives, mostly silicone meshes, tissue adhesives, barrier films, and silver or collagen containing dressings were introduced. Finally, combination products and engineered skin substitutes were developed. So after that, nowadays, these modern things are also added in surgical dressings. So definition, surgical dressing is a term applied to a wide range of materials used for dressing wounds or diseased tissues. So what they do? These are such dressing, they are applied over the wounds. So ideal wound dressing is, it provides an environment for moist wound healing, prevent maceration by performing or evaporation or absorptions, promote hemostasis, protect the wound from further damage, example mechanical damage, microbial invasion, dehydration, maceration, chemical damage, alteration in pH. Promote healing. What they do, they reduce heat loss, control microbial growth by incorporation of antimicrobial drugs, provide compression, promoting hemostasis and reducing edema, reduce pain, increase patient's comfort and improve functional use for wound site, reduce the odor, improve appearance of the wound site, reduce overall cost associated with wounds treatment. Now classification, there is a primary dressings. Primary dressing contains secondary dressing. Now secondary dressing have absorbent, bandage, adhesive, tapes. Now further, the primary dressing is a dressing that touches the wound site. Example, plain gauze, impermanent gauze, paraffin gauze, dressing, etc. Secondary dressing contains, keeps the primary dressing inside. Example, absorbents, bandage, adhesives, tapes, etc. Some dressings function as primary dressing only. However, some could function both as primary as well as secondary dressing. So there can be composite dressing, hydrogels. So these surgical supplies, you can see in the picture various types of pictures. There's needles, there are scissors, different surgical instruments. These are applied, used during post or during surgical procedures. Composition of this, all those tools or instruments that perform different functions like first is dressing, holding, retracting, suturing. So what first dissecting, holding, retracting, suturing, ligature. First they have dissect, open that first surgical procedure, then hold with forceps, then retractors are used. Then they are suture ligation, they are stitches have to be done. Suture needle and clips, ligating instruments has to be applied. Now surgical supplies have four classes: surgical dressing, operating room supplies, sutures and ligatures, surgical needle. So first is surgical dressing. It contains primary wound dressing, then adsorbents, bandages, secondary wound dressing, adhesive tapes, combined primary and secondary wound dressings. Similarly, operating room supplies, hemostatic products, thrombin solutions, disposable sterile packs, face masks. Then suture and ligature contains absorbent sutures, non-absorbents. Then surgical needles, they have eyed needles, eyeless needles. Further, the need of surgical supply, why? Services from hospital pharmacy has to done. First, enhancing the prestige of hospital pharmacists, promotion of economy within the hospital, sterility, provision of high quality, appropriate products, quick access. The type of surgical dressings. First dressing, you have the simple dressing. You have seen this type of simple dressing is there. Then this selection of dressing, a degree of exudation required for the exudations, presence of infections, you can see in this picture, presence of necrotic tissues. So these type of maybe skin has to be found, there can be exudes, cut off that skin is there, then the presence of an infection over the skin over there, then necrosis of tissue has to be done. So these dressing are applied in these type of, first, when there's a degree of exudation is there, then presence of infection is there, then presence of necrotic tissue. So then you have to apply the dressings, and then you have to select this selection according to the need of requirement of the wound or whatever it is. Then surgery dressing type is again primary and there is secondary wound dressing. Now, then there has further they have primary wound have plain gauze, film dressings, impermanent gauze. Secondary wound dressing contains absorbents. They have surgical cotton, rayon, absorbents, non-absorbents, bleached, unbleached. Then primary wound dressing. So primary dressings are the dressing that are used directly on top of the wound. They are the ones that come in contact with the wound and help in the healing process directly and may prevent wound. So just you have to put in primary dressing, the piece of dressing, cotton, whatever it is over the wound over there. That is a primary wound dressing. Then further they have divided into plain gauze, impermanent gauze, film dressing. So plain gauze is used as a primary dressing to reduce infected wounds. Its removal is painful, often cause removal of new epithelium. Impermanent gauze, it is adherence to wound is reduced due to substance such as petrolatum, paraffin, Vaseline. It, it prevents entrance of pathogens in wounds. So third is film dressing. Transparent film dressings provides a moist, healing environment, protect the wound from mechanical trauma. Then plain gauze. You can see in the picture the various different type of plain gauze, film gauze, and impermanent gauze over there. Further, you can see that non-absorbent, unbleached cotton. It is raw cotton fiber, mechanical cleaned from dirt and carded into layers. Then second, non-absorbent bleached cotton. It is prepared from raw cotton by bleaching process, wherein the natural oil is waxes are used. Then absorbent cotton. It is prepared from raw cotton fiber by removal of impurities. It is pure and white cellulose fiber. Then you can see in picture rayon. It is it is known as regenerated cellulose. It is softer than cotton. Then surgical gauze further okay. So medical gauze, a bleached white cloth or fabric used in bandage, dressing, and surgical sponge. You may have experienced during your life that when there's a cut over there in the skin, so they have to apply certain surgical gauze. You can find in this picture, these are the surgical gauze. Mostly these are of, they have various pharmacopoeial specifications. So they are not just prepared as a cloth. They have certain pharmacopoeial specific. Mostly they are BPC specific, British Pharmacopoeial Codex or something. They have various pharmacopoeial specifications. The preparation of surgical gauze, they may be from raw cotton, cotton fibers, open mesh, cloth, gray cotton. Different types of cotton has to be used for preparation of a surgical gauze. The preparation of surgical gauze further, open mesh cloth after bleaching, white color, folded and rolled are available. Packaging has to be done according to the manufacturer who has to pack accordingly that gauze sponge. Then classification of gauze. Types of gauze are there. Film Filmated gauze, medicated surgical gauzes, salvage gauze strips, dressing combines, sentry napkins, laparotomy sponge, gauze sponge, X-ray detectable gauze, eye pads, cotton-tipped applicators. Now further we can say, you can see folded absorbent gauze for quick absorption. In between these folds, a film of cotton or rayon is distributed. It's a filmated gauze you can see over there. Further medicated surgical gauzes are there. They are called as antiseptic surgical gauze. Example, Ido, foam gauze for packing and drainage materials. Then salvage edge gauze strips. The packing strips for nasal surgery, nasal hemostasis, draining wounds, draining of boils, draining of abscesses. Then gauze sponge, folded square of surgical gauze available in sterile and non-sterile packaging. You can see these are various type of gauze sponge over there. When there is a oozing of blood or there is a boil is there or abscess is there, then they are applied over there. X-ray detectable gauze treated with barium sulfate. It contains non-abrasive vinyl plastic monofilament that can be detected by X-ray. So these has to be known as X-ray detectable gauze. Then go dressing combines. They have absorbed large quantities of fluids, protection and warmth. They can be used. Then laparotomy sponge. During surgery, when there is surgery, various sponges are required. So these are known as laparotomy sponge. Then sentry napkins used for obstetrics and gynecological purposes, greater fluid holding capacity, available in sterile and non-sterile packaging. Then eye pads made up of non-woven fabrics and provides protection to the eyes. It is sealed in individual and they are sterile envelopes has to be done. And cotton tipped applicators. So they used to apply medications and cleans an area. So these are cotton tipped applicators they have to use while doing that.